Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Tuesday, February 15th, 2022. Welcome to day 392. Joe Biden warned that a Russian invasion of Ukraine remains distinctly possible, despite Vladimir Putin's claims that Moscow has withdrawn some of its troops from the border and that he was open to renewed talks to end the standoff with the West. Biden said the U.S. has not verified Russia's claim that it has begun to withdraw troops, saying that its forces remain very much in a threatening position. NATO added that it had not seen any de-escalation on the ground by the Russian military. Earlier in the day, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said he saw reason for cautious optimism after Putin said Russia would partially pull back troops. Still, Biden vowed to give the diplomacy every chance to prevent an invasion, but warned that if Russia does invade, the human and strategic costs would be immense, and an attack would be met with overwhelming international condemnation. Following a meeting with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, Putin said Russia would continue pushing for a rollback of NATO's presence in Eastern Europe and a guarantee that Ukraine would never join the alliance. The U.S. and its allies have rejected those demands, while Scholz suggested that NATO's expansion was not on the agenda as a way of diffusing the tensions. Moving on, the NOAA reported that U.S. shorelines are projected to rise by as much as a foot over the next 30 years as climate change continues to accelerate, leading to a dramatic increase in exposure to flooding for millions of Americans. The report says, quote, sea level rise driven by global climate change is a clear and present risk to the United States, now and for the foreseeable future, end quote. Rick Spinrad, the administrator of NOAA, said the U.S. is, quote, expected to experience as much sea level rise in 30 years as we saw over the span of the entire last century, end quote, noting that while current and future emissions matter, U.S. coastlines will rise no matter what we do about emissions. Meanwhile, Senate Republicans boycotted and delayed a Senate Banking Committee vote on Biden's 5 nominees to the Federal Reserve because one of the candidates pledged to focus on the ways that climate change threatens financial stability and the economy. In order to prevent Sarah Bloom Raskin's advancement, Republicans held up the vote on all 5 nominees, including the chair of the Fed, Jeremy Powell, for a second term, and Governor Lyle Brainerd to be the Fed's number 2. Biden nominated Raskin to serve as vice chairwoman for bank supervision. The Senate, however, did confirm Dr. Robert Califf as FDA commissioner, which has been without a permanent leader for more than a year. The final vote was 50-46 in favor of confirming Califf, with 5 Democrats opposing him because of his prior work with the pharmaceutical industry and what they called the FDA's lax record on opioids. The White House relied on 6 Republicans to move Califf across the finish line. And finally, a 30th House Democrat announced they will not seek re-election in 2022, adding to concerns that the party may not be able to keep its majority in the House. Democratic Representative Kathleen Rice is the latest lawmaker to announce that she won't seek re-election. In total, 22 House Democrats have announced they will retire, and 8 more are seeking another office, compared with 14 Republicans. And in the polls, The Hill says 28% of Democrats say the party didn't take advantage of having control of the White House and Congress in 2021, while 47% blamed Republicans for derailing Democrats' plans, and 25% said the party had actually accomplished its goals. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.